हेलो सर।
हाँ। हेलो।
हेलो सर।
यस यस नागेश। हेलो। एम आई ऑडिबल?
हाँ सर, नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम है सर, थोड़ा एक मिनट।
हाँ।
यस सर।
विच टॉपिक वी शुड स्टार्ट
सर
कुछ?
उसके नेक का जो है वो ले सकते हैं सर।
अच्छा सर, प्रिपेयर करके आए क्या कुछ?
सीएनएस एक्टिविटी।
ओके। वेरी गुड। सो नेक्स्ट टॉपिक दैट इज analgesic, isn't it? What do you mean by analgesic?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Analgesic are the drugs who reduces the pain.
Which reduces the pain. Very good. And what are the mechanism how it reduce the pain?
इन्फ्लेमेशन कम कर सकते हैं सर।
बहुत अच्छा। कैसे करेंगे ये?
एनएसएआइड्स ड्रग देके सर,
NSAID से?
कॉक्स इनहिबिटर्स।
कॉक्स इनहिबिटर्स। बहुत अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा। ओके। इसके अलावा और कोई चांस है अपने को करने का पेन को? हम्म। लोकल एनेस्थेटिक्स। वेरी गुड। दो ही है, कॉक्स इनहिबिटर है, लोकल एनेस्थेटिक्स है। और कुछ है? वेरी गुड, ओपॉइड्स। तो इनमें से एक्चुअली एनाल्जेसिक कौन से हैं?
कॉक्स वाले सर,
कॉक्स वाले।
एएनएस पे एक्ट हो।
हाँ, CNS पे जिनकी एक्टिविटी है ऐसे। कौन से नाम फटाफट बोलो या क्लास बोलो उनके। अभी आप जो बोल रहे हो वो वेग बोल रहे हो। ओपॉइड्स, ठीक है। इसमें ओपॉइड्स आर एनाल्जेसिक्स। व्हाट इज मैकेनिज्म ऑफ देयर एक्शन? mu receptor agonist. Mu receptor is known as a which type of receptor? These are opioid receptors. Okay. ठीक है। एक्चुअली मेरे को ये एक्सपेक्टेड अभी नहीं है रहा, क्योंकि इतना स्लो अगर आंसर्स आ रहे हैं तो मैं आगे के सवाल अभी नहीं पूछता हूँ, पर ये आपको मालूम होना चाहिए था। एनीबडी नोज वेरियस पेन पाथवेज, वेरियस न्यूरॉन्स विच कैरी द पेन सिग्नल्स, उसके अलग अलग टाइप, उनके अलग अलग ओरिजिन्स। when we understand, then it becomes easy. Okay. Now simple thing is, again, if we understand what are the places or which are the factors which are responsible for pain, which are the factors which are responsible for alleviation of pain, मतलब पेन पैदा करने वाले और पेन दूर करने वाले दो फैक्टर्स कौन से हैं, ये अगर अपने को समझ में आता है, जो अपने को आना चाहिए, बिकॉज वी हैव स्टडीड इट इन physiology, we have studied it in pharmacology. So when we have, and definitely chemistry, you have studied many things. So when you have studied it at 2 or 3 places, then you should be aware about it. Just a minute. हाँ बोल जाइए। How does हाँ अच्छा हाँ 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 वेळ मी आरामून बात करू ना समजा हे असेल तर क्लास चालू आहे काय अर्जंट असेल तर हां चालेल ठीक आहे ना मन आपण लगेच बात करू क्लास वेळी So this is what knowledge, basic knowledge we should have, and let me tell you, so far you should have been trained for that, because this is almost we are reaching towards the half syllabus now. So you should be aware about it. Once we understand what is the basics behind it, then it becomes easy. If you read that, then it becomes very easy to understand to what we call as what are the models, what model we can have, and then it is easy for you to understand the things. Basically, there are so many things which are contributing for pain, and all these agents which are contributing for pain, if we understand which are contributing for pain at various levels, okay, and if we understand that which are the agent which we can use to stop the pain from that different level, then our job becomes comparatively clear and streamlined. That is because we are working on what, once we know that these are the pathophysiological situations which are responsible for that particular kind of disease, on that basis of that we make the model of our disease, and on that basis we go for the screening. This is very simplest way which we are working on. So once we understand that what is and only if required, that we add some chemical to produce that disease like conditions. So this is very simple conditions, and if we are aware, if our basic is very good, then it will help you to understand this experimental pharmacology very well. Second thing, as I told you repeatedly, that the syllabus is very vast, and we have to work on that by way of understanding that how we can understand, and accordingly we are using it. So basically, analgesics, anti-inflammatory, antipyretic drugs, they are studied, but we know there are variety of mechanism of actions, and accordingly we can have this variety of screening tests available for us. So let us go for that, which will make easy for now. You are aware about it. We'll go very fast about it. What are the there are analgesics, two type of analgesic: general analgesics, peripheral analgesic. General is a centralized analgesic activity, which is by opioid one through mu receptors or opioid receptors, and other one is peripheral one, which is because of the release of prostaglandins, which you block with non-steroidal anti-inflammatory agents. So these are, we can call them as a peripheral analgesics. Similarly, in inflammatory activity, anti-inflammatory drugs, do you know which are there? Do you know various classes of anti-inflammatory drug? Very good. Nimesulide. Very good. Anybody else? Diclofenac. Very good. Any other? Any other? Okay. Ibuprofen. Very good. Aspirin, ibuprofen, aceclofenac. Very good. Very good. Okay. Naproxen, indomethacin, paracetamol. Very good. Very good. All these belongs to what class? Yes, all this belongs to which class? Non-selective COX agents or COX,
Anti-inflammatory.
non-steroidal anti-inflammatory agents. Whether why you call them non-steroidal anti-inflammatory agents? NSAIDs, Abhishek, it doesn't mean non-selective. We are, what is the full form of NSAIDs? कोई बताएगा इसको? What do you mean by? Yes, what is NSAIDs?
Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs.
Non-steroidal. Why do you call non-steroidal anti? Because they do not have steroidal nucleus in structure. Then is there any steroidal anti-inflammatory agents? Cortisone. Very good. तो मेरा सबसे पहला सवाल कौन सा था कि डू यू नो एनी एंटी इन्फ्लामेटरी एजेंट, है ना? तो एंटी इन्फ्लामेटरी एजेंट जब मैंने पूछा था तो आप सभी ने एक एक ड्रग लिखा जो पर्टिकुलरली नॉन स्टेरॉइड एंटी इन्फ्लामेटरी एजेंट है। ये किसी ने नहीं लिखा, अभी मैं पूछ रहा हूँ आपने लिखा। एक्चुअली दिस इज मोर पावरफुल एंटी इन्फ्लामेटरी एजेंट, कॉर्टिसोन और ऑल द स्टेरॉइडल ग्लूकोकॉर्टिकॉइड्स बेस्ड। ठीक है, सो दीज आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ एंटी इन्फ्लामेटरी एजेंट्स, और उसके आगे भी अपने पास बहुत सारे एंटी इन्फ्लामेटरी एजेंट्स हैं अभी। फॉर दैट अगेन वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज इन्फ्लामेशन एंड व्हाट आर वेरियस फैक्टर्स विच आर कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टू इन्फ्लामेशन। ठीक है, अगर अभी रिसेंटली किसी ने कोविड के ड्रग्स का स्टडी किया था, उसमें कोई एंटी इन्फ्लामेटरी यूज होता है क्या? हाइड्रोकॉर्टिसोन, स्टेरॉइड्स, ओके, और कोई ड्रग? प्रेडनिसोलोन और डेक्सामेथासोन। ऐसा कोई ड्रग जो बहुत कॉस्टली है, ऐसा कोई था क्या एंटी इन्फ्लामेटरी? Dexamethasone is not costly, Akshay. अच्छा, ये अभिषेक लिख रहा है डेक्सामेथासोन, टोसिलिजुमैब, डेक्सामेथासोन। अच्छा, व्हाट इज टोसिलिजुमैब? MAB मतलब? मतलब क्या? मोनोक्लोनल एंटीबॉडी, ठीक है, वेरी गुड। व्हाट इज DMRD है? फास्ट फास्ट फास्ट, 4-5 ही लोग जवाब दे रहे, बाकी लोग क्या फार्मेसी के बाहर चले गए हैं क्या?
Modifying anti-rheumatic drug.
It is anti-rheumatic drug. How did it? How it acts? Very good. Interleukin 6. Very good. Good. Now, basically, you may not find this in your Vogel, the testing of this kind of drug like tocilizumab. Whether tocilizumab is anti-inflammatory or not. हेलो,
against immunity, sir.
Okay. It's one use is anti-inflammatory. Okay. One thing you should understand, इसीलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ बेसिक पढ़ के आया करो तो आपको ये रहेगा. व्हाट इज इन्फ्लेमेशन? कौन बताएगा व्हाट इज इन्फ्लेमेशन? यस.
Swelling, sir. सूज येणे.
नागेश तुझा आवाज खूप कमी येतो. हॅलो.
Sir, swelling, सूज येणे.
हाँ, why it is? Why? In which part of the body becomes red, sore and swollen because of infection or injury? Okay, very good. So this inflammation is outcome of infection or injury or outcome of something else? Aarti.
Sir, body reaction.
Body reaction, very good. Body reaction to what?
सर आता डास चावला तरी पण इन्फ्लामेशन होऊ शकते सर. म्हणजे बायटिंग झाली तरी होऊ शकते.
अच्छा अच्छा.
इम्युनिटी अगेन्स्ट
सर केमोटॅक्सिस झाल्यामुळे होत.
व्हेरी गुड. केमोटॅक्सिस. व्हॉट इज केमोटॅक्सिस?
सर ते व्हाईट ब्लड सेल वगैरे यांचं मुवमेंट होतं.
Very good. Towards the site, है ना?
Yes.
That chemotaxis comes under which process? Can we call it as a immunological process?
Yes, sir.
Migration of various cells, release of various chemicals. Can we call it as a immune reaction?
Yes, sir. Towards pathogen.
Towards pathogen, towards injury, है ना? जे काही मायग्रेशन होतं, जे काही केमिकल रिलीज होते, कॅन वी कॉल इट ॲज ए इम्युन रिॲक्शन? कैन वी कॉल इट एज ए इम्यून एक्टिविटी? हाँ, बोल सकते हैं क्या?
यस सर.
यस सर.
बोल सकते हैं. तो इन्फ्लेमेशन आउटकम काय का हुआ?
मूवमेंट ऑफ से.
इन्फ्लेमेशन इज आउटकम ऑफ इम्यून रिएक्शन, ऐसा बोल सकते हैं?
यस सर.
आर यू एग्री और नॉट?
यस सर.
यस सर.
ये तुमको मतलब आर यू जच रहा है क्या तुमको ये? डू यू एग्री विद दिस
यस सर.
कि इन्फ्लेमेशन वी कैन कॉल एज अ पार्ट ऑफ इम्यून रिएक्शन?
यस सर.
इसका मतलब और ग्लूकोकॉर्टिकॉइड के मैकेनिज्म ऑफ एक्शन क्या है फिर? अपन ने ग्लूकोकॉर्टिकॉइड को क्या बोला? एंटी इन्फ्लेमेटरी बोला कि नहीं बोला?
हाँ सर.
बोला ना किसी ने एंटी इन्फ्लेमेटरी ग्लूकोकॉर्टिकॉइड को? अरे भैया बोला कि नहीं बोला?
यस सर.
हाँ, फॉस्फोलिपेज A2 इनिबिटर, वेरी गुड. उस वो एक एक्शन हुई. इसके अलावा और क्या एक्शन है ग्लूकोकॉर्टिकॉइड की? अभिषेक, एक ही एक्शन है क्या? इसके अलावा और भी कुछ एक्शंस है क्या? इट इनिबिट केमोटैक्सिस. और कुछ एक्शंस है क्या?
इम्युनिटी सप्रेशन सर.
हाँ, इम्यूनिटी सप्रेशन, वेरी गुड, है ना? और उसके बहुत सारे मैकेनिज्म्स है. यस, साइटोकाइन स्टॉर्म इनिबिशन. ठीक है. बेसिकली व्हाट इज इम्पोर्टेंट इज, एक चीज़ ध्यान में आ गई कि आपने कि इन्फ्लेमेशन जब जब होगा तब कहीं ना कहीं इम्यूनिटी वाला कोई ना कोई पार्ट उसके बैकग्राउंड में होगा. ये क्लियर हुआ कि नहीं हुआ? हेलो. जब जब इन्फ्लेमेशन होगा तब कोई ना कोई इम्यूनिटी वाला कुछ ना कुछ, या तो एक होगा, दो होगा, मल्टीपल होंगे, कुछ ना कुछ इम्यूनिटी वाला कंपोनेंट उसके साथ जुड़ा हुआ होगा. This is clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now that means if we have to check any anti-inflammatory drug, we can have how many targets? जितने भी इम्यूनिटी के लिए टारगेट्स हैं वो सब इम्यूनिटी के टारगेट्स अपने को एंटी इन्फ्लेमेटरी में आएंगे.
Yes, sir.
अंडरस्टूड और नॉट?
Yes, sir.
So this has made anti-inflammatory is a very very big study, because anti-inflammatory में उतने सभी आ जाएंगे. तो बेसिक आज अपन इतना ही देखते हैं कि विच कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट्स फॉर एनाल्जेसिया, ये तुमको मालूम है. एनाल्जेसिया के लिए हमने दो, और पेन के लिए रादर अल्जेसिया के लिए या पेन के लिए we have seen two important factors which are contributing. One is what? Release of various chemical, primarily it is not alone, but primarily release of prostaglandins is one thing. Second thing is the transmission of pain, and where there are inhibitory pathways, pain pathways mein, and these inhibitory pathways are activated by mu receptors, and they play very very good role in inhibition of pain. These are because of this opioid receptors, है ना. तो आप थोड़ा सा इसका एक कंपैरिजन देख लेना कि व्हाट इज डिफरेंस बिटवीन NSAIDs एंड ओपाइड और वेरियस पेन पाथवेज. कौन से पेन के लिए कौन सा या which pain is induced by peripheral one, or prostaglandins, which pain is induced by other, and which are various components which are causing pain. तो जो पेन के लिए कंपोनेंट कॉज करते हैं उनको wherever we can block, we will get the analgesic drugs. This is clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Second important thing is for inflammation. Already I told you that inflammation is the outcome of immune reaction. So there are multiple components which are playing role into it, and whatsoever we can block at whatsoever level, again that is going to produce anti-inflammatory activity. However, for antipyretic activity, only release of prostaglandins, particularly near thalamus, hypothalamus, because in hypothalamus temperature control center is there, and the drug which can block the action or which can reduce the action of that prostaglandin on thermoregulatory center, that drug can act as a antipyretic agent. And there are very few drugs which are acting as an antipyretic. Only paracetamol so far has found to be one of the best antipyretic drug, because it has got more central action. Although other NSAIDs can act, but if you have read or if you have studied it in pharmacology, we say that there are some drugs, although they are all are acting on basically prostaglandin synthesis, but all these drugs are having different actions. Some are having comparatively good analgesic property, lesser anti-inflammatory, and very less antipyretic, while example paracetamol has got highest antipyretic, then analgesic, and then anti-inflammatory activity. So ibuprofen has got more anti-inflammatory activity. This is because of their selectivity and reach towards what kind of means. Suppose if it is having more in periphery, it is going more in periphery, it will show more that kind of action. So this is how various drugs they are playing role. On that basis, we can have variety of activity. We can have a variety of models which can be there, and the models are comparatively not very difficult to understand. Basically, there are various ways by which pain can be produced. You know about how pain is there because everybody knows what are the factors which are causing pain, and there are a variety of different kind of pains also. I think you should go for one reading which different kind of pain, and what are the causative, or since anyway we are going to see about various causative agents like or agents which are playing role in peripheral and central pathways. So in that again pains are different: squeezing pain, excruciating pain, burning pain, compression pain. So like that, thermal pain, like that, there are variety of such pains are there. Out of that, some of these follow stabbing pain or injury pain, like that. Some of these follow central pathway, some of these are prominently because of the peripheral agents. And once we understand that these are particularly having more peripheral reason for pain, or these agents are responsible for more peripheral type of pain, so any drugs which can reduce it, we'll call it as a peripheral one. Which are peripheral? Which drug we categorize under peripheral pain? Which class? Yes? Non-narcotics. Which are non-narcotics, Dhaneshwar?
Diclofenac,
Basically, what class we call it in pharmacology?
anti-inflammatory drug,
Which kind of anti-inflammatory we call them?
non-steroid anti-inflammatory.
वेरी गुड. सो ऐसा पूरा आंसर दो तो टाइम पास नहीं होगा अपना. NSAIDs. So NSAIDs are responsible for peripheral pain, or they are participating in the peripheral pain, while the opioids, they are working against the central pathways. तो जो सेंट्रल पाथवे से अगर अपने को कोई इफेक्ट आया तो विल से दैट इट इज़ अ ओपॉइड लाइक एजेंट एक्टिंग ऑन ओपॉइड रिसेप्टर, और जिसको पेरिफेरल टाइप के मॉडल से आया उनको हम बोलेंगे दे आर फ्रॉम NSAIDs. ये समझ में आ गया अभी? दिस इज क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are variety of models for analgesia. I'll just check what model this book has given. There are many in vitro methods. Now I'll not go much for in vitro methods. You can make your own reading about in vitro. Only if you have any difficulty you can ask me. Henceforth, from Monday onwards rather. Tomorrow I may not able to take class, let me tell you, because tomorrow I have one assignment outside. So tomorrow there won't be class. Thereafter there is a Saturday. Saturday, Sunday is a holiday. From Monday onwards, our style will change. What will be our style? You decide the topic tomorrow itself. What should be the next topic? Okay, and you inform it on the group that it will be next topic from the remaining topic. This will be the next topic, so that everybody has got the basic knowledge about it, is one thing. Second thing, they will be reading all the in vitro models about it. And I told you earlier, in vitros are not difficult to understand. Why? Because we know that this is the mechanism of action of available drug, that this is acting on this receptor. So if new drug is also acting on this receptor, that means that this drug is showing action. अभी तक नॉन इन विट्रो जितने भी अपन ने देखे, किसी को कोई दिक्कत है क्या समझने में? हेलो? तो इन विट्रो मॉडल आप फटाफट बोलते जाएंगे, है ना? जैसे क्लास चालू होगा, शुरुआत, वेन एवर क्लास विल बी स्टार्टिंग, यू विल स्टार्ट इमीडिएटली कि दिस इज द टॉपिक एंड दीज आर द इन विट्रो, है ना? जिसमें अगर किसी को डाउट होगा समझने में, आपने पहले से ही पढ़ा हुआ है उसको, जिसको समझने में डाउट होगा आई विल क्लियर इट, अगर नहीं डाउट किसी ने पूछा दैट मीन्स इट इज़ क्लियर टू ऑल, विल प्रोसीड फॉर। और जहाँ जहाँ डिफिकल्टी, बिकॉज आई टोल्ड यू सिलेबस इज़ वेरी वास्ट एंड आई डोंट वांट टू वेस्ट यूर एंड माई टाइम इन गोइंग फॉर वेरी स्मॉल डिटेल्स। तो इनके सब डिटेल्स मिल जाएगी। वेरी क्लियर स्टडीज, वी नो दैट वी यूज आइदर सेल लाइन्स, वी यूज प्यूरिफाइड रिसेप्टार्स एंड वी स्टडी द बाइंडिंग स्टडीज। तो बहुत ईजी है कि वो रिसेप्टार पे जो ड्रग बाइंड करेगा, जैसे एग्निस्ट बाइंड करता है, दैट मीन्स दिस इज द रिसेप्टार, ओके, एंड दिस टाइप ऑफ बाइंडिंग स्टडीज आर देयर। इन सिलिको सबको पता हो गया, इन सिलिको यू शुड नॉट हैव एनी डिफिकल्टी। इन सिलिको सबके लिए कॉमन है कि इसके लिए जो जो रिसेप्टर का स्ट्रक्चर अवेलेबल है इन सिलिको में और ड्रग का जो कॉन्फ़िगरेशन अवेलेबल है उसका जब मैच होगा तो इन सिलिको में वो बॉन्डिंग दिखाएगा, एंड देन दैट बॉन्डिंग विल आइडेंटिफाई एज व्हाट, बॉन्डिंग और चांसेस ऑफ एक्टिविटी, एंड वी कैन प्रोसीड फर्दर फॉर इन विट्रो स्टडीज। So I hope this is clear. I will not go for minute details again, so that it will be clear to you that these are various drugs which are used, and on that basis these are various binding site where these are used. We know, I particularly as I told you in anti-inflammatory, there are enormous places, there are many places where the drug can act, because there are many contributors for inflammations. There are big cascade, we call in our anatomy physiology language, we will find just like in blood group cascades, blood clotting cascade is there, the first plus second, then again it will cause third, then will cause fourth, and these are series of reactions are there. So in series of reaction you can block any at any one or more than one type of place. These glucocorticoids inhibit more than one place, therefore they are very powerful anti-inflammatory, okay. However, these NSAIDs, they are comparatively weaker anti-inflammatory because they are only acting at peripheral site, only through prostaglandin inhibition site, prostaglandin synthesis inhibition. So this is how they are working, this is how these drugs are working. So once we understand how these drugs are working, on what receptor they are binding, and accordingly we are having so many receptors available, cells are available. We can use either cell lines, we can use the purified receptors which are available because of the biotechnology and molecular biology research. So accordingly we can use it. Then we have got radio labeling studies, because of that we can radio label our agonist, available agonist, as well as the new drugs, and we can check whether the drug is able to bind or not. So this is very easy way, simple way, and this is being followed. There are many, as I told you, this book is old. Now you will find so many studies particularly working on that, and they are you will find that on various receptor various drugs are there. That example I was trying to give you is example. Earlier there were no such thing that you can bind to interleukin 6. You were able to just stop or reduce the production through glucocorticoid of interleukin 6. However, we have got now very typical specific monoclonal antibodies which can bind and which can decrease the interaction between interleukin 6 and interleukin 6 receptor, because interleukin 6 now will bind to this tocilizumab, and because of that there won't be any action. So these are comparatively new agents. So similar kind of things will be appearing now, and these things are, so many targets are there, so many targets are known. If you can see my lecture which was there on YouTube during this faculty development program, that was on high throughput screening, okay. In that I have mentioned that there are so many types of targets are now available. It can be cells or it can be purified receptors or ion channels. There are so many types of targets are available. So once we understand these are the targets which are available, and these targets are contributing in this disease, cardiovascular disease, inflammation, pain, whatsoever. So once we understand that this receptor or this type of chain is responsible for this, then this is our target, this is our screening technique, and on that we are using it. So go through this. If you have any difficulty, we are definitely there to solve it. But if you participate into this, then we can save time, we can do it comparatively faster, okay, so that you can get more time for revisions and doing your whatsoever studies are there without affecting your knowledge. This is what my idea. So go for that. So in vitro we can have so many things. We can have prostaglandin inhibition, we can have each and every type of inhibition, we can have opioid bindings, okay. So you just check it and you find that there are many drugs which are acting on more than or one or other type of receptor. So we have got opioids for mu receptors, then you can get for epsilon receptor, you can get for delta gamma receptor, okay. So these are all these for kappa receptors, these are various drugs which are available. Again, sites are there, mu binding sites are there that can be checked, and there are variety of such places where you can check various binding sites. Now if you know the receptor structures, then you will able to find that there are various sites are there, we call them as allosteric site. At some places agonist will bind, at some places agonist and antagonist both can bind. In some cases at one place agonist bind, at other place antagonist bind. So there are variety of such receptors, and accordingly we can have this different binding sites which can be understood or which can be studied using various such techniques. So there are so many techniques which are available. Naloxone binding assays, that means again mu receptors we are testing, okay. Then dihydromorphine binding mu opioid receptor in rat brain, again we are removing rat brain, and whole brain minus this cerebellum is removed, weighed and homogenized. So on this homogenate we are adding this this is, we call it as a radio labeled one, 3H, because normal is 1H, okay. So dihydromorphine is a morphine analog, and we will see its binding. So this 3H is, so there are so many radio labeled drugs will be there, we will able to see that, and we can see whether they are binding. Then on the basis of biological equations or enzyme equations, if you remember Michaelis maintenance equation, and similarly other equation based on that. So this is Cheng-Prousov equation which is there, which will calculate the IC50. IC50 means inhibitory concentration in 50% of observations. So you can get this IC50 values, okay, or the concentration which will able to inhibit 50% of receptors, we can call it. So this is IC50 will be calculated, and accordingly you will get if the IC50 is good, that means the drug is active. If IC50 is very high, or then that means that it is not useful, okay. Then again 3H brimazocin binding to K opiate receptors in Guinevere cerebellum. So all these places again we are using this inhibition of enkephalinase, again from brain or brains we are using it. So rats kidneys homogenize, and this homogenate we are using the test for enkephalinase activity. So this is the reagent which is used, DAG-NPG, and this is how this activity, that is a big chemical, it is a fluorogenic peptide, that is dancil D-ala, this is a big amine, abbreviation as DAG-NPG, okay. So this is a selective substrate for the neutral metallopeptidase which is involved in the enkephalinase metabolism, and this is known as a enkephalinase which cleaves the bond between glycine and fin, okay. So this bond, similar bond we can create over here in the compound, and this bond, if it is cleavage, then there will be change in the fluorescence, okay. And this is what the activity we are measuring as a enkephalinase activity, okay. So they are inducing the inactivation of atrial natriuretic factors, and thus it is playing a role in the immunological mechanism. Then nociception means, this is nociceptin is pain. So various nociceptin is one of the, nociception is a pain, and nociceptin or orphanin FQ is endogenous agonist of opioid receptor, like this ORL1 type of receptors. There are a variety of such receptors are there, and then we can check the activity using that, what happens to this nociceptin. So nociceptin induces analgesia when administered intrathecally. Do you know what is intrathecally? In the subarachnoid base, that is called as intrathecal. If you have studied local anesthetics and spinal anesthesia, then most probably you might have encountered this term. अगर किसी ने पढ़ा होगा तो ये तुम्हारे ध्यान में होगा कि लोकल एनेस्थेटिक जो स्पाइनल एनेस्थेसिया के लिए यूज़ करते हैं तब इंट्राथिकली एडमिनिस्ट्रेट करते हैं, है ना. सो दीज आर देयर, दे आर हाउ दे आर गिवन. Then again there are so many in vitro techniques are there which are showing you the bindings of different agents at different places. So we are concentrating, so far we are concentrating on this all endogenous chemicals, morphine like do you know what are these morphine like chemicals which are present inside the body? Very good. Endorphin, dynorphin, and this nociceptin and all. Okay. So these all are drugs. How they are acting? Yes. Okay. So these are all drugs which are acting. So we have seen just now enkephalinase inhibitor. If we inhibit the metabolism of enkephalin, that means we get analgesic activity. Okay. We have just now seen with that protein structure. So these are what all activities are there which shows different activities. Okay. Then vasoactive intestinal peptide, that is VIP, and pituitary adenyl late cyclase activating peptides, they contribute or they are playing role in the alter transmission of sensory information in the neuropathic conditions like neuropathic pain from trauma or compression injury. So we can check their role and the whatsoever drug we are using, what is their activity in this type of peptides. Then cannabinoids are there, hashish and marijuana, they are using as a psychoactive drugs, and they are also having impact on pain related sensations, and there are many scientists they have found that they are shown to produce analgesia without respiratory problems, which normally the morphine can cause respiratory problems. So they are these cannabinoids are tried, and accordingly we can have various drugs. The drug like arachidonidyl ethanolamide, like anandamide, which activates this receptor. These are similar effect of 9-tetrahydrocannabinol. Okay, so this is anti-nociception and produces hypothermia, hypomotility, and catalepsy in mice. So these are the effects it has been shown. So basically what I mean to say is, already I told you there are many contributors for pain, there are many contributions for inflammations, and therefore this is the biggest chapter you have, you can study for. So you go for all in vitro tests in the meanwhile, because again maybe within few minutes you have to attend the session outside that Mahindra Nandi Foundation. So this you go for that. In vivo studies I will explain you, even pain, inflammation and all, because you need to understand this. All in vitro, basically only very important thing, the basic you should keep in mind is what, that these drugs are binding to either one of the important receptor or enzymes, increasing or decreasing their activity. So in vitro is not very difficult to understand. So what is the role of that particular receptor or enzyme that you should be aware about. So any drug which is acting on that receptor, through that how this activity is modulated, that you have to study. Okay, basically the chemicals whatsoever are there, they are only for the sustenance of, just like PSS you have used earlier for various tissues. Similarly, you will have such kind of buffers and PSS for that particular activity. That is only thing. That means you may find that they are different, but I am not expecting that you should remember exact composition of that, because it is too vast. So many in vitro activity. Our basic aim is what kind of in vitro activity, what are the basic things are used, and what is the impact of that activity, what is the conclusion of the activity. This is only we want. I am not much interested in very very small minute details, because it is almost difficult for you to do it. So don't go for that. Therefore I am suggesting tabular type of study. You make the table how you are going for that, and all these should come there in a table, because if this is the book which is suggested, maybe any examiner even from outside may ask from this book, and you should not find it to answer, because if they are asking this as a reference book, so examiner is at liberty to ask from that. So you go through this, a very big book, so many studies, but I am suggesting a way for it, so that you can easily write from that. So take care and be safe. Tomorrow I am expecting, tomorrow I told you there is no class. Hello. So as I told you, tomorrow there won't be class, but you can just start preparation of all in vitro studies and give the topics sequence from the next class. So take care and stay safe.